Sababa Namaha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurudeva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Bhurvuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Suklam Bharadram Vishnum Sashivanam Chaturbhujam Prasara Varanam Dhyaye Sarva Vigno Pashantaye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Pavitra Pavitra Sarvavashtatangatopika Yasmarat Pundarikaksham Sabayavantara Suchi. Om Brahmanaram Paramasukharam Kevalam Janamurtim Dandvatitam Ganganasadasham Tattvamasaladiksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Marchalam Sarvari Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunartitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yam. Guru consciousness is bliss absolute, the bestower of ultimate happiness. It is knowledge itself beyond duality, pervasive as the sky. It is the final goal of the statement, thou art that. It is unity itself, eternal, embellished, and unwavering. It is the witness of all thoughts, beyond all states, and untouched by the three gunas. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Vahanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Asanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Pajam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Argyam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Achanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Sannanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Chandanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Ashtakam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Gandham Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Pushpam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Bhushtanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Sanataya Namaha Dhupam Smarpayami. Shri Sanataya Namaha. Deepam Smarpayami. Shri Sanataya Namaha. Navijam Smarpayami. Shri Sanataya Namaha. Jal Samarpayami. Shri Sanataya Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Kandalanda Mandalakaram Viptayena Chatkaram Tatpridam Darshtitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. The Guru creates a new life for the devotee, sustains it, and destroys all limitations. He is truly one with the Supreme Reality. To that great Guru, salutations. Salutations to the great Guru, who reveals that state of supreme consciousness, which permeates all of creation, both animate and inanimate. Shri Sanataya Namaha. Namaskaram Smarpayami. Arti Smarpayami. Shri Shri Sai Baba Namaha. Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Shiri Sai Hare Bhakta Janam Samrakshaka Bhakta Janam Samrakshaka Shiri Maheshwara Jai Jagadish Hare Shivararam Shrikaram Sarva Pranapataye Swami Sarva Pranapataye Ahashrita Kalpalatika Ahashrita Kalpalatika Apadbandava Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita Gurudev Mariam Tayanive Swami Mariam Tayanive Narara Brahma Jagannatha Narara Brahma Jagannatha Nagam Raya Sharaya Jai Jagadish Hare Omkara Rupa Hare Shiva Sai Mahadeva Shiri Sai Mahadeva Mahangala Harati Ahanduka Mahangala Harati Ahanduka Mandara Giri Hare Narayana Om Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Satya Narayana Om Om Jai Sadguru Deva Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 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 Om Shanti 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 Akiranda Koti Brahma Dinainaka Rajadi Rajogi Rajapada Brahma Sachitananda Samatsat Guru Shri Bhagavan Shirdi Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai Akiranda Koti Brahma Dinainaka Rajadi Rajogi Rajapada Brahma Sachitananda Samatsat Guru Shri Nanda Mahima Maharaj Ki Jai Akilanda Koti Brahma Dinainaka Rajadi Rajogi Rajapara Brahma Sachitananda Samatsat Guru Shri Bhagavan Shankaracharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Paramam Pavitram Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram Lela Vibhutim Paramahatma Istaramoksha Pradatam Vibhutim Eramam Smarami Sai Baba Vibhutim Satatam Smarami Shirdi Sai Vibhutim Manasam Smarami Om 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 Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmam amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sahana Bhavantu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavavahai Tejasvina Varitamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Guru. Om Sai Shri Sai Jai Jai Sai. Blessed and mellow Thursday morning to all of you that are here. As some of you may know, yesterday was Makar Sankranti, or better known as when the sun is shifting from the south to the north, or from Sagittarius to Capricorn. New beginnings, and we're moving forth, stepping forth in great change and great light. I'm finding not only this Thursday, as always, to be auspicious, but for those of you that are choosing to be here today, very auspicious as we move forth together on this unified plane of consciousness. The light is ours to have. We walk forward. Sai Satcharita, Chapter 4, Sai Baba's First Advent in Shirdi. In the last chapter, I described the circumstances which led me to write the Sai Satcharita. Let me now describe the first advent of Sai Baba in Shirdi. Missions of the Saints. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that whenever there is decay of dharma and an ascendancy of unrighteousness, I manifest myself for the protection of the virtuous and the destruction of the vicious, and for the establishment of righteousness. I manifest myself age after age. This is the mission of the Lord and the sages and saints who are his representatives and who appear at appropriate times and work in their own way to fulfill that mission. For instance, when the twice-born, the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishnavas, neglect their duties, and when the Shudras try to usurp the deities of other classes, when spiritual preceptors are not respected but humiliated, when nobody cares for religious instruction, when everybody thinks himself very learned, when people begin to partake of forbidden foods and intoxicating drinks, when under the cloak of religion, people indulge in malpractices, when people belong to different sects fight among themselves, when Brahmins fail to do sanya adoration, and when the Orthodox leave their religious practices, when yogis neglect their meditation, when people begin to think that wealth, progeny, wife, and their sole concern, and thus turn away from the true path of salvation, then saints appear and try to set matters right by their words and actions. They serve us as a beacon of light and show us the path and the right way for us to follow. In this way, many saints, Nivruti, Danyavadev, Muktabai, Namadev, Gora, Gunrai, Eknath, Tukaram, Naharari, Nashi, B, Sanji, Kashi, and Swata, Ramadas, and various others did appear at various times to show the right path to the people. And so the present Advent came to Sri Sai Baba of Shirdi. Shirdi, a holy tirth. The banks of the Godavari River in the Ahmednagar district are very fortunate, for they gave birth and refuge to many of the saints, predominant amongst them being Dineshwar. Shirdi also falls in the Kopargan Taluk, or the Ambagar district. After crossing the Godavari River, At the Kopergarn, one gets on his way to Shirdi. When you go 3 kilos, you come to Nimogon, from where Shirdi is visible. Shirdi is a famous and well known as other holy places like Gangapuri, Nirshabaldi, Andubar, and the banks of the Krishna River. As the devotee Damoji flourished and blessed Mangalavidha, as Sarmanath Ramadas at Sarjad, as Sri Nirmashima Saraswati at Saraswati Wada, so Sai Nath flourished as Shirdi and blessed it. It is on the account of Sri Sai Baba that Shirdi grew into its importance. Let us see what sort of personage Shirdi Sai Baba was. He was conquered this worldly existence, which is very difficult and hard to cross. Peace or mental calm was his ornament, and he was the respiratory of wisdom. He was the home of the Vaishnav devotees, most generous, among all the quite essence of essences. He had no love for perishable things, and was always engrossed in self-realization, which was his sole concern. He felt no pleasure in the things of this world or the world beyond. His heart was clear as a mirror, and his speech always rained nectar. The rich or the poor people were the same to him. He neither knew or cared for humor or dishonor. He was the Lord of all beings. He spoke freely and mixed with all people, watched the actings and dances of the girls and heard gay songs. Still he swerved not an inch from his samadhi. The name of Allah was always on his lips. While the world awoke, he slept, and while the world slept, he was vigilant. His inner self was calm as the deep sea. His ashram could not be determined, nor his actions could be defined. And though he sat in one place, he knew all the transactions of the world. His debar was imposing. He told hundreds of stories daily. Still, he swerved not an inch from his vow of silence. He always leaned against the wall in the masjid, or walked in the morning, noon, and evening towards the Lendi and the Chavadi. Still, he at times abided in the self. Though a siddha, he acted like a sadhaka. He was meek, humble, and egoless, and pleased all. Such was Sai Baba, and as the soil of Shirdi was trodden by Sai Baba's feet, it attained extraordinary importance. As Daineshwara elevated Alandi, Eknath did to Pitahan, so Sai Baba raised Shirdi. Blessed are the grass leaves and the stones of Shirdi, for they could kiss the holy feet of Sai Baba and take his dust on their head. Shirdi became to us devotees another Jagannath, Tokwari, Banerjees, Rameshwara, Nashik, Triambeshwar, Ujjain, Mahakaleshwar, or Mahabaleshwar Gokram. Contact of Sai Baba in Shirdi was like our study of the Veda and Tantra. It quickened our sansar, worldly consciousness, and rendered self-realization. The darshan of Sri Sai was our yoga sadhana, and talk with him removed our sins. Shampuring, his legs, was our bath in the Tirvan Prayag, and drinking the holy water of his feet destroyed our sins. To us, his commands were Vedas, and accepting his Udi and Prasad was all purifying. He was our Sri Krishna, our Sri Ram, who gave us solace, and he was Parabrahma. He was himself beyond the pair of Dwaras opposites, never dejected or elated. He was always engrossed in the self as existence, knowledge, and bliss, Sat Chitananda. Shirdi was his center, but his field of action extended far beyond, to Punjab, Calcutta, North India, Gujarat, Bangladesh, and Korkan. Thus the fame of Shirdi Sai Baba spread far and wide, and people from all parts came to take his darshan and be blessed. By mere darshan, minds of people, whether pure or impure, would become quiet at once. They got here at the same unparalleled joy that devotees get at the Pandaharipur by seeing Vital Rakumuni. This is not an exaggeration. Consider what a devotee says in this respect. An old devotee by the name of Golibul, age of 95, was a Varkari of Panduhari. He stayed for 8 months at the Pandipur and for 4 months Ashudan in Kartika. On the banks of the Ganges, he had a donkey with him for carrying his luggage, and a disciple and his companion. Every year he made his trip to Pandipur and came to Shirdi to see Sai Baba, whom he loved most. He used to gaze at Baba saying, "This is the Pandiparinath, vital incarnate, the merciful Lord of the poor and the helpless." This Goliba was an old devotee of Vithoba and had made many trips to Pandipari, and he testified that Sai Baba was the real Pandiharinath. Vital himself appeared. Sai Baba was very fond of remembering singing God's name. He always uttered, "Allah Malek," God is Lord, and in his presence made others sing God's name continuously, day and night, for all 7 days of the week. This is called Namasapta. Once he asked Dasganu Maharaj to do the Namasapta. He replied that he would do it, provided he was assured that Vital would appear at the end of the 7th day. Then Baba, placing his hand on his chest, assured him, certainly Vital would appear, but for that the devotee must be earnest and devout. The Denquampari of Dakarnarth, of Partihar of Vital, is here. Once need not go far out to see the Dwarka. With Vital come here from some other place outside, he is here. Only when the devotee is bursting with love and devotion, Vital will manifest himself here in Shirdi. After the sapta was over, Vital did manifest himself in the following manner. Kakashab Dixit was, as usual, sitting in meditation after his bath. He saw Vital in a vision. When he did at noon for Baba's darshan, Baba asked him point blank, "Did Vital Pital come? Did you see him? He is very truant fellow. Catch him firmly, otherwise he will escape if you are even a little inattentive." This happened in the morning, and at noon there was another Vital darshan. A hawker came there selling 25 to 30 pictures of Vitoba. This picture exactly tailed the figure that had appeared in Kakashab's vision. On seeing this and remembering Baba's words, Kakashab Dixit was much surprised and delighted. He bought one of the pictures of Vitoba and placed it in his shrine for worship. How fond was Baba for Vital's worship was illustrated in Bhagawantro's Krishnarga story. The father of Bhagawantro was a devotee of Vitoba and used to make various unusual trips to Pandipur. He also had an image of Vitoba at home, which he worshipped. After his death, the son stopped everything, the bhari, the worship, the shradana, ceremony, etc. When Bhagavantro came to Shirdi, Baba, on remembering his father at once, said, "His father, my friend." So I dragged him, the son, here. He never offered Nivedyam, and so he started Vital and me. So I brought him here. I shall remonstrate him now and set him to worship. Dasganu's bath in the Prayag. The Hindus think that a bath in the holy tirth of Prayag, where the Ganges and Yamuna meet, is very virtuous, and thousands of pilgrims go there periodically. To have a sacred bath there, once Dasganu thought he should go to Prayag for a bath and come to Baba to get his permission for doing so. Baba replied to him, "It's not necessary to go so far out. Prayag is here. Believe me." Then, wonder of wonders, when Dasganu placed his head on Baba's feet, out flowed streams of Ganges and Yamuna water from both of the toes of Baba. Seeing this miracle, Dasganu was overwhelmed with feeling of love and adoration, and tears filled his eyes. Inwardly, he felt inspired, and his speech burst forth into a song to praise Baba and his Leelas. The Immaculate Conception of Sai Baba and his first advent in Shirdi. Nobody knew the parents birth, or place of Sai Baba. Many inquiries were made. Many questions were put to Baba and other regarding these, but no satisfactory answer or information has yet been obtained. Practically, we know nothing about these matters. Namadev and Kabir were not born like ordinary mortals. They were found as infants in the mother of pearls. Namadev being found in the bank of the Brimariti river by Gonya, and Kabir on the bank of the Bhavragati river by Tamal. Similar was the case with Sai Baba. He first manifested himself as a young lad of 16 years under a neem tree in Shirdi for the sake of the Bhaktas. Even then, he seemed to be full of knowledge of Brahma, and he had no desire for worldly objects, even in dreams. He kicked out Maya, and Mukti, deliverance, was serving at his feet. One old woman of Shirdi, the mother of Nana Chopar, described him thus: "This young lad, far, smart, and very handsome, was first seen under the neem tree, seated in an asan. The people of the village were wondering struck to see such a young lad practicing hard penance, not minding the heat and the cold. By day he associated with none, by night he was afraid of nobody. People were wondering and asking whence this young chap had turned up. His forms and features were so beautiful that mere look endeared him to all. He went to nobody's door, always sat near the neem tree. Outwardly he looked very young, but his actions he was really a great soul. He was the embodiment of dispassion, and was the enigma to all. One day it so happened that God Khanroba passed the body, and some devotee of the people began to ask him, 'Deva, do you please inquire, what blessed father's son is this lad, and where did he come?' God Khanroba asked them to bring a pickaxe and dig in a particular place. When it was dug, bricks were found underneath the flat stone. Where the stone was removed, a corridor was seen, in which the 4 lights were burning. The corridor led to a cellar, where the cow-mouth-shaped structures, wooden boards, rosaries were seen. Khanroba said, 'This lad practiced penance here for 12 years. Then the people began to question this lad about his. This put them off by telling them that this was the Guru's place, his holy Watan, and requested them to guard this well. The people then closed the corridor as before. As Ashwata and Andumbara trees are held sacred, Baba regarded this neem tree equally sacred and loved it most. Mahalspati and other Shirdi devotees regarded this site as the resting place, the Samadhi Stan of Guru Baba, and prostrated before it. The 3 Wadas. The site with the neem tree and the surrounding space was brought by Mr. Hari Vinyak Shate, and on this site a big building stayed. Sate's Wada was erected. The Wada was the sole resting place for the pilgrims who flocked there. A platform was built around the neem tree, and lofts were constructed. Under the steps there is a niche facing south, and the devotees sit on the platform facing north. It is believed that he who burns incense there on Thursdays and Friday evenings will be God's grace and be happy. This Wada was an old and dilapidated and needed repairs. The necessary repairs, additions, and alterations have been made now by the Satstan. Then, after some years, Mother Wada Dixit Wadas was constructed. Kakasheb Diskit, Sulkir of Mumbai, had gone to England, and he had injured his leg in an accident there. The injury could not get rid of by any means. Nana Shab Chokar advised him to see Sai Baba, so he went to Sai Baba in 1909 and requested him to cure the lameness of his mind rather than that of his leg. He was in so much pleased with the darshan of Sai Baba that he desired to reside in Shirdi, so he built a wada for himself and other devotees. The foundation of this building was laid on 10/12/1910. On this day, 2 other important events took place. Mr. Dakasheb Kanapet was given permission to return home, and the night Arti at the Trivadi was started. The wada was completed with its inhabited of the Ramnavani day in 1911 with due rites and formalities. Then another wada or partial mansion was built up in the famous millionaire Mr. Bhuti of Nagpur. A lot of money was spent on this building. but it was well utilized as Sai Baba's body is resting in this wada, which is now called the Samadhi Mandir. This site of this mandir formerly had a garden which was watered and looked after by Baba. 3 wadas thus came up where they were no formerly. On these saiths, wada was the most useful to all in the early days. The story of the garden, which was attended by Baba with the help of Vamal Tatya, a temporary absent of Sai Baba from Shirdi, and his coming again to Shirdi with the marriage party of Chandal Patil in the company of the Devidas, Jandikis, and Ganjugar. Baba wrestling match with the Mohidin Talmin, wrestling in the masjid, love of Mr. Dengi and other devotees, and all other incidences will be described in the next chapter. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Jai Jai Sai.
Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru Dev. Om Guru, Om Guru,
Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Gurudev. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Gurudev. Om Guru, Om Guru, Om Gurudev. Om Guru, Om Guru, Om Gurudev. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai 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 Gurudev. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya 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 Gurudev. Om Sai Shri Sai Jai Jai Sai. Peace, love, and infinite blessings to all of you here and now. May this transition into the light, the new beginnings, the coming start of this now moment be with you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Jai Ma Om Sai Shri Sai Jai Jai Sai.